The trailer for Outlander Season 7, Part 2, features two characters that had tragically died earlier in the series, so how is that possible? As the popular fantasy series nears its final season, it's certainly nostalgic to see old characters return to the screen, especially those that had been fan favorites. Of course, bringing these individuals back is complicated when they are some of the many who were killed off during Outlander's first 6 seasons. Outlander will be all wrapped up with Season 8, which has completed filming and should be released in the next year or so. However, before this finale can air, we have to get through the second half of Season 7. The coming episodes will feature another grand adventure for Claire and Jamie, complete with an unfortunate separation and tragic misunderstandings, not to mention the magical sprinkle of historical events here and there. Outlander Season 7, Part 2, is even more exciting, however, considering that surprise return of Dougal Mackenzie and Jalis Duncan. Dougal and Jalis are teased for Outlander Season 7 Part 2. They appear together in the Outlander Season 7, Part 2 trailer. Dougal and Jalis were important characters early on in Outlander, and though they ultimately took on rather antagonistic roles, they have long been fan favorites. This made their respective deaths all the more bitter. Dougal died in Outlander Season 2 after he overheard Claire and Jamie plotting to assassinate Prince Charles Stuart. He tried to kill Claire, and Jamie was forced to reluctantly kill his uncle instead. Jalis, on the other hand, was believed to be dead long before she ultimately made a return and was killed by Claire in Outlander Season 3. Jamie and Claire were reluctant to kill Dougal and Jalis, and audiences were sad to see them go, despite their respective crimes. However, the trailer for Outlander Season 7, Part 2, includes a brief clip of Dougal kissing Jalis' hand. The cast list confirms the return of Graham McTavish and Lotta Verbeek, so this is most definitely more than recycled footage from past episodes. It looks as if these two tragic lovers really are returning, and the Outlander books hint at precisely how. Roger will likely travel to a time before Dougal and Jalis' deaths. Roger will jump through time to find his son Jemmy. Diarmaid Murtagh as Buck Mackenzie and Richard Rankin as Roger Mackenzie in Outlander Season 7. At the end of Outlander Season 7, Part 1, Roger and William Buckley Mackenzie, Roger's ancestor and Dougal and Jalis' son, head back in time to retrieve Jemmy, who had been kidnapped. Up to this point in the series, time travel connected travelers to two parallel points about 200 years apart. However, in the Outlander books, Roger doesn't end up at the same time as Claire and Jamie when he goes searching for his son. Instead, he meets a young Dougal Mackenzie years before the man's death, but it's likely that this is what will happen to Roger in Outlander Season 7, Part 2, as well, since this would explain Dougal and Jalis' presence in the trailer. As fan-favorite Outlander characters, Dougal and Jalis will be a welcome sight, especially since diving further into their past will provide more answers regarding the start of their tragic romance. Even if they only end up having a brief cameo, bringing these characters back from the dead is the perfect way to bring their stories full circle before Outlander's ending.